Hey, I'm Guy.
I'm John.
It's our YouTube channel. We're glad you're here. Subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. We appreciate it.
Podcast below in the description. Subscribe to that as well.
We're sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka,
#1 vodka in America.
crafted to be savored responsibly. If I'm Mayock, this is actually a way to keep my job, is to bring Dabo in. Tell Mark, let's bring Dabo in. I don't know what Dabo's feeling right now. But now maybe Dabo, you never know all these little, all the little dynamics behind the scenes. As we record this, the report is that Miami's hiring its football coach, Mario Cristobal, and then we'll hire probably Dan Radakovich, who's the athletics director at Clemson. I don't know if that's good or bad for Dabo. I don't know what their relationship is, privately like. But you don't think Mayock would want to hire Dabo Swinney as his Raiders head football coach?
No, I just don't think Dabo's made for the NFL.
Oh, okay.
I think Dabo.
Remember, Dabo said a couple years ago, once we start paying players in college, I'm out.
I mean, not to tell on him, but I think they've been paying players well before Dabo ever showed up down there at Clemson. So, and I don't think they've stopped since. Now, maybe he means legally, but come on, give me a break. That's like when Jay Billis complained all these years. Like, Coach K is paying them. Like, the Duke has the highest payroll, him and Calipari. I just don't think he's not. Now, he did just lose his defensive coordinator. Venables went to Oklahoma. He still has Tony Elliott as offensive coordinator. I saw that Pete Thamel said that if Radakovich, is that how you say his name?
I think.
Yeah, so that guy leaves. They've had like some star up and coming, like number 2, that just would replace him, that stayed at Clemson, like kind of spurned other jobs. But when you become Dabo or Saban or Kirby, you are bigger than the athletic department. Like, right. To me, that move is more like a guy like, what's going to happen to PJ Fleck? Or, I'm just, a solid middle coach, not like you're Bob Stoops, right? You're Kirby Smart, you're Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, no, what I meant was just, are him and that AD really tight?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I just not so much that someone's going to come in and tell him what to do.
Dabo's big on religion and family, which to me feels very Southern college football. I don't know if that works in the pros. Historically, it has not.
Yeah. No, it's
again, I'm not saying like if they were interviewing Dabo, they would get credit like they should, but I don't love, to me, like Doug Peterson makes
You're saying you don't love the
more
fit
sense
for the Raiders, or you don't, what is it more, that you don't like the fit for them, or you don't think Dabo would take it? Or both?
I'm just saying, even if he would, I think there are other candidates that I would
You
be
wouldn't
more
hire.
If I told you Doug Peterson would take the job, and if you notice, he's clearly doing some media rounds, like they're telling him, hey, just get back in the vernacular.
Let Mark Davis read your name on Twitter.
If I said Doug Peterson and Dabo Swinney would both accept their job, who should they offer? What would you say?
I'd say Doug Peterson, but I don't want to be. Yeah, I'd say Doug Peterson, but I don't think Dabo's run a really good operation, and I don't think he'd be a crazy hire. Even though most times I'm not overly fond of college coaches. Depending, like guys that feel like college coaches, and you're right, he feels like a college coach.
There were a lot of rumors that he was going to go to Oklahoma,
which it turns out is Brett Venables, as we record this, is the report now, will be the Oklahoma coach, his DC.
Did you see someone asked him, like, you talked to Oklahoma? He said, yeah, but not about me.
What a great answer. Because every coach says the same thing. I haven't talked to anybody. It's like, yeah, we know you haven't talked to anybody.
I'm not saying either that, like, if it's just announced, Mayock's got extended, he hired Dabo Swinney. Like, that would be a big deal. It'd be one of the biggest, I would say, college coaches of the pros ever. It'd be a seismic moment in football. So it's not crazy. I'm just saying, if you take the emotion out of it and you just look at it from a pure football, it's very, very risky the way he's done things. And to I'm just using a guy's name who's won a Super Bowl, who's just been a lifetime pro guy, and maybe there's more of them. I'd have to think about it. Even Brian Daboll, whoever, that would just be safer, right? The Shanahans and McVays. I just tend to think pro's pro, college is college. And like Dabo's thing is he's a great recruiter. He's a great position. Guy, Venables was the #1 defensive coordinator in the country for like a decade, right? And Tony Elliott's been crushing it as an offensive coordinator. Dabo doesn't call either side of the ball.
Right, but I would argue that the Raiders don't need necessarily somebody to call either side of the ball. They need somebody to tighten up that ship, which Doug could do too, I think. Right. But in terms of an organizational mind, I think Dabo has a lot of really good qualities.
I would say that the Raiders
It would surprise me.
The Raiders are probably in some trouble. Just given that it probably takes 10-8, 10-7 doesn't even guarantee you.
What a can I even be mad at them with an interim head coach? I'm not sure that I can be. Right now, go to liquidiv.com. Use the promo code HAM for 25% off everything. Get your hydration on.
Also, for our small business owners, are you guys hiring right now? I know a lot of people are. Indeed.com/ham. $75 off your first job post. Especially the Ruggs thing. I don't think they are.
Yeah, but I remember I said the way they played Thanksgiving, Dallas. You hate to roll this out, but they have an interim head coach, so whatever.
It does feel like they're going to blow everything up.
Who's Mark leaning? Who's helping him make this hire?
We'll come out with the Jason Lock and 4 article February 1st after they've assembled their staff.
If I'm Mayock, I try to get somebody in there who I know would. If Mayock wants to stay, I mean, maybe Mayock has another job.
If he wants to, I'm sure he wants to stay. Do you think he's going to get kept?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's in Mayock's best interest to hire. I think he's got to try and get somebody in there who would keep him around. That's what I'm saying. That's where Dabo to me would probably make some sense.
Yeah, Dabo would make a lot of sense.
He'd be the first GM to hire a coach that he doesn't have control over. Like, hey, Dabo, I'd love for you to come in and take player personnel control back from me.
Yeah.
We know, I mean, maybe it would be what Mark has done in the past when given the chance to hire John Gruden. He goes to people he knows. He knows Jim Harbaugh. And unlike in college, you don't have to wait. You don't have to hire somebody before the early signing period if you're the Raiders.
No, it's actually the timing's perfect, and he could be in the national championship game in January 9th. They have a game now that 17th week. They play that week, right? They play the Sunday. I think the national championship's on the 10th. So you're not even in a big rush. Like no. Do you think Harbaugh could leave if he loses the first playoff? If he loses to Georgia by 20, or do you think you at least had to win a playoff game? Like, did he accomplish what he set out to accomplish? Did he accomplish it?
Yes.
Obviously
I don't know what he set out to accomplish, but I would say, yeah, he has returned Michigan to relevance. He's got them in the playoff, which I didn't even think he had to. He just had to beat Ohio State every few years. I didn't even think he had to be in the playoffs to actually deliver what he came there to do, which was just get Michigan great again. So, no, I don't expect him to go, but I mean, they did basically make him a fireable coach last year at Michigan. Now, maybe he was cool with it and he just understood that was the circumstances. COVID year plus they weren't performing. They weren't gonna fire him, but they turned his whole contract into bonus. No. But I'm just saying, does he hold a grudge against Michigan for what they did to him contractually after the 2020 season?
I do think he was the highest paid coach in the country for 5 years.
Yeah, and then they
making $9 million.
Then they came to him and said, hey, we want to give you a contract. We want to change your contract so we can basically fire you. And he was like, cool, this is better than getting fired. I'll keep the job. Let's turn everything into bonuses, which he earned, and then gave a lot of it back. I don't know. Jim's just different.
Does he have a little? Yeah, he's a little pettiness in him.
I don't know. Yeah, that's my question with Jim.
He answered the bell.
He answered the fucking bell.
And then he gave away all the money that they turned into incentives to the people.